Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday morning's Messages of Love from Above. Just getting my desktop all set up here, and we will get into the readings here. Let me just adjust a couple things here, and we will get started. All right. Excuse me. So I think we are good there in there. So a happy weekend to everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful, amazing moment in time. And if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. First of all, got a great group of people who have huge hearts, great senses of humor, which is a great combo. So welcome. If you want to know how the free readings work, all that information is listed in the description box of the video. Basically, any donations, I honor those energy exchanges, and I do step outside of the free readings to complete those, dive deeper into those, and return back to the free readings. All that information is in the description box. And just a couple of things to let you know what I offer for free. I put out a lot of free content. Every Monday, I put out a Moon Day Monday. Here is last week's. And basically, these are videos that talk about the different signs that the moon goes through throughout the week and any other kind of planetary energy. Like right now, we are smack in the middle of eclipse season. Last Saturday, we had the solar eclipse. Next Saturday, we have a lunar eclipse. So we're like right here in the middle between them. So some pretty intense energies, but we talk about those in those videos. It's all free, so you can check those out. And then every Tuesday, I have a Take 10 with Zen Tuesday, where I put out a video. Normally they're 10 minutes or less, but Spirit's been a little chatty lately, so they've gone a little longer. But it's great information. It talks about how to connect with Spirit, how to connect to our higher selves, and I answer questions from my subscribers too. I was out last week, and you can tell I'm still a little congested, but so apologies. But the week before last, episode 17, was about a menu of spiritual gifts based on the four elements, which kind of ties into your astrology. So if you want to check that out, that is the link to there. And then this last week was about how to use thy gifts. So we've been talking about that a lot. Excuse me, on those Take 10 with Zen. So if you want to check out the playlist for all of my offerings are down in the description box of the video as well. Or if you go to my main page, the playlist are all listed there too. So we have that for Monday and for Tuesday. Got a frog. Sorry about that. I think it's gone. All right. So, and then on Wednesdays, I have What's Up Wednesdays, where we have a pick a card. Every other week, I do new moon energy with a pick a card, the full moon energy with a pick a card. And then in between those, of course, every month we go into a different sun sign. And like this week's was Scorpio season since we go into Scorpio sun on Monday. So happy birthday to all you Scorpio sun signs. This video, it has a pick a card for everyone for the Scorpio season, but then there's a extra added bonus reading for the Scorpio sun babies, which gives you a 3-month forecast. So be sure to check that out. And then, of course, I go live Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and Friday and Saturday nights at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. After all of those, like after this session, I will go into my Praying Mantis YouTube member free readings. I'm so sorry. It's sitting like right there and it wants to get out of there. So sorry. You guys have to hear that. But so I offer Praying Mantis YouTube memberships. I also have Zen Cricket memberships, but the Praying Mantis, which is $7.99 a month, gives you access to all of those free sessions, or we go on for about an hour. Thursday nights, I also have a Q&A for those members from 6 to 8 p.m. And I record all of my Moon Day Mondays, Take 10 with Zen Tuesdays, and then my pick a cards I recorded them a week in advance, and so the um, Praying Mantis members have advanced access to those too. So wanted to share all that. And in addition to all of that, I also have a monthly giveaway. And if you haven't checked that out here, here is the link to the announcement of the winners for September, and then what you can do to get into the giveaways for October. So almost done. I know, blah, blah, blah. That's why I come on a little early just to let you guys know what is all available. And of course, I have a crazy Zen end of year sale, which is 50% off a lot of my services from now until the end of the year. And so my pre recorded personal readings are in sale at half off, which is where you send me an email with your questions you want me to ask Spirit. I record a reading on a video, I upload it to YouTube and send you a private link that only you can access. Um, and those, all the pricing for those is listed in the description box of the video down below. Like a 15-minute reading is $5 right now. Half hour reading is like $10. So if you want to check those out, all that pricing and links are in the description box, as well as my Hedges of Peace and Love are half off, and then also my Wish Upon a Star Astro readings. So all of that down below, blah, blah, blah. There you go. We are done. All right. So let's get started in the readings. And thank you guys so much for your patience as I share all that. I know some of you that are here often, you're like, yeah, you could probably recite it, right? You're like, let me tell you about what Zen offers. You guys are so funny. Okay, so I'm going to start with the donations first, as I mentioned, and so I'm going to scroll down here, and Supernova, you are up first, so thank you for your donation. And let's take a look here. And you have a couple, so we'll go in order here. And I'm going to use the Star Tarot to start off. I got a couple tarot decks. I kind of like to switch them up throughout the weekend. So let's take a look. And your first question is, how do your spirit guides view you, and how can you see yourself through their lens and perspective? Oh, beautiful. I love that question. Let's take a look here. So what is their viewpoint of you right now? Okay, do want these. And then how can you see from their perspective? Wow. I love this. So they've got the Knight of Swords. They see you as this quester of higher truth. They also, with the Knight of Pentacles, they see you as a quester towards finding your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. So you've got two knights. So there's this nobility. They see you as this adventurer, and they're excited because they are along. It's like you're the sergeant on this quest, or the you know, what do they call them in the olden days? Back when they had knights and all that. Whoever was in charge, the captain of the guard, right? So you're the captain of the guard, and you're off on these quests, and they're with you, and they're excited about it. But they're following your lead, and this um like you said, their perspective of you and how they see you here is someone that's taking action, and there's this movement. And then I love this one coming in here because they see you here very courageous. Again, all this nobility and courage that comes in with all this night and movement energy. And I like that. They see you as your human self, but they know you as your higher self. And so this is how they see you, and they're experiencing everything with you through your higher self into your human self. And so when we look at it that way, they know you as the actor behind the character that you're playing. So when we are wondering, well, what do they think of my character? They're all bravo, bravo. You're interpreting this character in such a beautiful and amazing way because it's an improv. There's no set script, and they're enjoying the adventure of seeing what you do next, and where you are leading, and what choices you're making in each moment. there is this unconditional love that comes in too from spirit, that they love us so much and they see us in such a different way. Our human side judges this human character so harshly because of everything it's been taught, but they don't have any of that. They look at us with zero expectations, so everything we do is perfect and amazing and above and beyond, and overflowing. So I always love connecting with spirit because there's no expectations, there's no judgment. It's just all love, 100% love. No conditions. They don't even go like, they don't whisper behind our back, "Oh my god, look what they're doing." No, they're just like, "Look what they're doing. Oh my god, this is so fun." And that's what's going on. That's how they look at you, and that's how they interpret the journey that you're on together. Um, they're bringing in meditation that, gosh, it's been maybe over a decade ago now that I think about it. But seeing yourself through their lens, through their perspective, of course, the more time we spend connecting with spirit, the more we see things from that higher perspective. That's a lot of what the Knight of Swords does. It's in pursuit of this higher perspective, seeing things from a place of unconditional love instead of from a place of fear. So the more we connect, the more time we spend in spirit, the more we remember who we really are, and realize that we're the actor, not the character, right? But the meditation they brought him back is, and it's in one of my books, I think. I think it's in one of my books. It doesn't matter which one because I'm going to tell you about it right now. Which is, and it might even be in one of my meditation playlists. But what it is you just get quiet, you get still, and this is for everyone. And you just sit, take deep breaths, and calm your behiney down, and then come back to this moment. And then imagine like the creator, like either the divine mother, the divine father, your spirit guides, whoever, imagine them come down and be in front of you. Then and you're picturing all this in your mind, and you see yourself step out of your own body, and you go and you step behind that individual, and you see yourself, so they're standing in front of you and you see yourself sitting over here, right? So in your mind's eye, you're seeing yourself and you're standing behind this individual. Then you meld in, you join together where you actually see through their eyes. And it's amazing what you feel and what you see, especially if you, I would do that with Divine Father. And because as soon as I see through my father's eyes, I start seeing and judging myself through what I think my earthly father would have perceived me. And of course, there's all these judgments that come up, these fears from the inner child. But we get past all that and we meld with the divine father, and you just see us in such an amazing, powerful way. And you do that with the divine mother too, because you have all these thoughts about what your mother would think of you, but then you meld and merge with the divine mother, divine father, your angels, whoever, and you just see and feel this compassion, this unconditional love, the awe that they have, and you tap into it, especially within them. If you have a strong empathic ability, you will flood those emotions and you will tune into those. So that is what they have for you for that supernova. So hopefully that helps, and whoever else that was for. So that is your first question. So thank you again for all of that. That's trippy. You're funny. All right. Yeah, and anyone new coming in, there's no special list. If you check the description box of the video, tells you how all the free readings work. So just check that out. Too funny. I like it. All right. So that is that. That's funny. That's trippy. All right. And then your second question, and thank you for your additional donation, You would like messages to reinforce and give clarity on your creative abilities and self-expression. You're having doubts about that. You're not sure how to move forward from it. Okay. Yeah, well, everything we just talked about will help with that too, right? Because you'll see yourself from this perspective of, wow, and of course, doubt is fear. Um, and I love all the courage that they gave you. I didn't put these back yet. All the courage and showing that that you have all the strength and the courage. Uh, and before I look at the cards, I'm just channeling messages today, evidently. But you know the fears that you have, the doubts of moving forward, you know, um, is because we um, are not looking in the moment, right? When we reflect on the past, that's when we get sadness and depression, right? When we look to the future, especially if we look at like, oh my God, I've got 1,000 miles to go, and that's when we get disappointed. That's when we get fearful. That's when our anxiety kicks in because we see like everything that could go wrong between now and the 1,000 mile journey, right? But when we focus on just the very next step, just the very next thing, be in the moment and look at the very next thing that I can do. There's no, the have tos, the shoulds, the need tos. When we have this pressure of the outcome, and we feel like we have to get to an outcome in order to be lovable and worthy and successful and worthy or of whatever, that's very depressing. That we're like, uh I got so far to go, and I'm on empty now. It's like they're showing me like a little kid in a lunchroom who's panicking because they have their lunch money, and it's Monday, and they're like, I don't this is not going to last me all week. This is like just enough for today, but I need money for all week, and I'm going to starve the rest of the week. And I'm seeing an actress. I'm not sure who she is. I love her though, because she's got a hairnet, on, and they're in their uniform. She's the lunch lady, older, lunch lady behind the counter, and she's like, "Oh, honey," it's just funny. And she's like, "This is just your lunch money for today. You get lunch money for tomorrow. You get lunch money for the day after that. This is just for today. So you have enough and more for today. But if you try to think that today's lunch money is supposed to last all week, yeah, it's not going to last. But you get more money tomorrow." And so I feel like Spirit is saying, um, come back to this moment. Know you have everything you need for right now, and you'll have what you need for the very next step. So come back to the moment, enjoy each step along the way. So let's see what we have. You have 2 1 2. Yeah. So in the middle, you've got this you know star card, hope, this beautiful energy of the star card, which is wishes come true, wishing upon a star. And, here's the dream that we're headed towards. The North Star takes us on our journey, and we can have joy thinking about the destination that we'll get to one day, but the joy of each step of the journey comes in so perfect with the star card. And they're just showing me too. When you add the 7 and the 1 together, you get the 8. So here's the courage. This both represents your higher self too. So just realize that also, that it's not you alone that's on this journey. You're um you're just the transportation to get there, and that you're surrounded by a grand host of beings that are supporting you and helping you along the way. And if you're not sure of what a next step is, that the more time you spend with Spirit, the more you have the clarity of listening to them. And you also build up the trust of asking them, what's the next step? What should I do? What's for my highest experience? And there's no shoulds or supposed to or need tos on their side. They're just going, well, if you're asking us for our advice on what's What's for my highest experience? What would bring me the most joy, the most love? They're like, this, so if you want to do that, but you don't have to choose that. You're like, "Yeah, but I don't wanna do that." They're like, "Yeah, so what do you wanna do?" There's no judgment from them on their side. Yeah. And then, you have 2 cards, then the star, and then 2 cards on this side. The 2 cards on this side are the Hierophant, which again is this drawing up to find out what your true dream is, and just to, clarify that, separating from our small t truths of what we've been convinced and brainwashed to believe that is, that's what draws us off, and that's rooted in fear, right? Oh, what if I don't do that? The world will tell us if you don't do this that you think you're supposed to do, you're a failure and unlovable and blah blah blah, right? But from the spirit world, there is no you're perfect already. You're just on an adventure. That's what's unfolds here. The Eight of Wands is messages from spirit. So that's reinforcing what I just said. They are giving you messages all over the place. We just can become still, and then we'll hear them, we'll see them, we'll experience them. And when we're in fear, it's so noisy we can't. So when you find yourself anxious, take big deep breath and breathe as much as you can till you feel calm again, because you're in fight or flight. You can't hear anything, you can't see anything. You're just in stranger danger mode. And so coming back to calmness, get out into nature, go for a walk, take a hot bath, whatever it is that calms your bohiny down, do that. Yeah. And you do. You have movement here with the Six of Swords. So even though you feel like things aren't moving, they are, because you are moving and have been moving from choppy waters to calmer waters. There's this balancing with the Two of Pentacles in the outside world, which also is the ebb and flow of things, and trusting the balance that comes in here. But there's really that Two of Pentacles for me, for you right now, is that there is no wrong choice. And when we get that out of our head, that there's a wrong choice, then we get to enjoy life. And then um, when we're ready to make a different choice, we can. And then there's, nothing, there that's scary and weird, right? So I like that for you. All right. I know, right? And it is. It's okay that it takes us time to do that, because, it's like we're taught that so much about, don't do something wrong, you'll get punished, or you won't get your praise if you don't do it. And when we realize that was just a controlling type of, energy from before, that we get to be freed from now. And we came here to experience it. So there's nothing wrong with that. But we're ready to, move beyond that too. So I like that. All right. I'm sorry. I just want to do something real quick here, and then we will move on to the next one. Okay. All right. Sorry, there's just a package that came, and I want to make sure we grab it off the porch before some poor soul is tempted to remove that. All right. So thank you so much, Supernova. And I see you have more questions, so we will get to those here. But Mia is up next. And thank you for your donation, Mia. Good to see you, my dear. And so, would a glassmaker course take you to a great career in the field, giving you financial stability pretty soon? Or is it gonna become one of the many things that don't take you anywhere? You're so funny. Let me see here. I do see it looks like you, reposted. Let me just make sure here. Okay, or will you make it in another creative path, like a wall decorator, painter? Okay, so I like that there too. All right. Hey, Anna and Christine. I love, shout out to my Praying Mantis members, good to see you guys. Thanks for stopping in, and maybe we'll see you guys after this session too. Good to see you. So sorry. It is getting clearer. Sorry that you guys have to hear me hacking. Oh yeah, no problem, Mia Mia. So let's take a look here and see what is their guidance here on the glass maker. And then is there anything else that would be more bring more financial stability? Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay, let's see what these are here real quick here too. All right. Well, it's interesting because in the middle, asking about the glassmaker course, you got the two of wands. That is like you could, whatever you put your mind to, whatever you want to do, it's all about the energy that you put forward that is going to determine how successful it is. The devil card here with the combination is showing when we have our stories, our fears, our cage, it blocks us off. And when we focus on our fears and focus on, that's the whole two of wands, right? Every moment is a choice of story, emotion, energy we're putting forward, which is the two of wands, and what choices we're making in the outside world. It's either of fear or it's of unconditional love. And whatever we focus on, especially with the wands, that's our manifestation energy. Like attracts like. So if I focus on that, what I'm missing in my life, what I hate, what I fear will come in or leave my life, then I'm expanding that. Regardless of what I'm doing, I'm going to be drawing something to me always, 24/7. I'm always putting out energy and always attracting that. So if you're a glassmaker or a wall painter or whatever, if you're focusing on that you're not making enough money, you're not having abundance, you're missing something in your life, we're telling the universe, I really enjoy missing and not having enough money. Can you make me miss it longer and more? And the universe is like, by your command, we are bringing you what you're asking for. It's like you're ordering at a restaurant, and they're going to bring you what you order. So when we switch and start focusing on gratitude, no matter what we're doing, we're going to be drawing in our energy. So if I have gratitude and joy and I'm excited and I have passion with whatever I'm doing, and I'm grateful for the money and the finances and the abundance I have, I'm going to be drawn it in regardless of what I'm doing, because there's no supposed to, should, need to, have to. It's more of what we are putting out in our energies. And so if we have this, you know, look of gratitude, this attitude of gratitude, then there's no wrong choice of what we want to choose. It's following our heart. We get to do what we want to do. And when we're happy and have all that energy, that's what we're drawing to us. We could be doing anything as well and have a pissy, low vibrational attitude about it. And we're not going to be happy. We're not going to have abundance coming in because we're the one that's drawing stuff to us. It's not what we're doing that's drawing it to us. It's our energy that's drawing things to us. And you have the lover's card here too, which is emotional choice. So you mean you've got these two that are coming in here with the two of wands. This is all about choice, emotional choice, energetic choices. And the lover's card is saying that the emotion we choose as we're going through everything is also in our own hands, right? We are the ones controlling everything. It's not being done to us. Everything is being done for us, and we're drawing everything to us. And you got the Four of Cups. Four of Cups is also this energy of, these are the things of the outside world that do not fulfill us. It all comes from within. The Four of Cups is like the chalice, the Holy Grail, and that's what is being offered. Normally, it's someone leaned up against a tree and they're bored with the three cups of the outside world, relationships, situations, and things, but money, abundance, and all that. and they're not fulfilling because where we find the fulfillment is when we turn inward and upward for that Ace of Cups. And so I like this. They're basically saying it doesn't matter what you do, um, because every career is a great career until we believe that it's not, and then we basically self prophesy, self fulfill the prophecy, right? As they say, and we're the ones that do that because you've got this energy here. When I asked about the other things, you've got the Hermit card, which is turning inward and upward and finding this bright light that takes you through everything in life. This is where our adventure is assured when we turn inward and upward. The Tower card is whatever is removed out of our life, it does happen for us. It's not something happening to us. And so when there's changes that happen in the outside world, they just happen. They just are. But we're the ones that have been taught this story of what that's supposed to mean, emotions about how we're supposed to feel, energy of supposed to's of, well, this is what you're supposed to focus on. Now you have to focus on your fears around that situation and the actions. This is what you're supposed to do in the physical world. But with all this power of choice energy, you realize that you don't have to do that. We can look at the tower moments and change from a place of victimhood where we feel, oh, life is happening to me, to going, you know what? I trust spirit so much that I know everything that's happening is happening for me, even if my human can't get it yet, my human side, because it has all this past opinion of what something's supposed to mean, that it's hard to go, how is a flat tire supposed to be for me? Until you realize that there was this fatal accident ahead and you would have been involved in it and either died or killed someone, and you realize that flat tire saved my life and maybe someone else's, and we realize, wow, we were like, okay, I trust you. So we've got this wonderful opening up here, with the Five of Swords is the battling between the heart and the mind, and the Fool card, which is the zero. It's the brand new adventure, the brand new journey that comes in. And I like this energy that comes in here because, when the battle of the between the mind and the heart is the battle between the small t truths of fear and the unconditional love of above, and they're battling. Um, and all those supposed to, shoulds, and need tos, have tos, and musts that come in is where all the mental conflict comes in, this inner conflict. But when we realize I'm the one that gets to choose, that's when that full card comes in, because that's like, you know, a young child who doesn't have all the supposed tos and shoulds and need tos yet. They haven't been told no and been brainwashed through praise and punishment of, you know, this is what you're supposed to do and blah, 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 blah. This freedom that is coming in here for you of going, you mean I can do whatever I want to do? Yeah. And we get outside of that cage, that devil cage, which is Saturn, Capricorn energy, which comes in to rattle our cage to make us realize what we have been going through, what has been happening in our life. And I like this. I love this energy of freedom that comes in. There's no limit to what you are able to do in your life. We're the only ones that limit ourselves through our mental choices, emotional, energetic, and physical actions. No one can cage us except ourselves. So I like it. All right. So that's what they have for you, Mia Mia. I'm excited. So follow your heart. What makes your heart sing? If you're like, oh, you know what? I want to do the glassmaker course. Yeah. And and you can tell by the first question that you asked, you can see the fear in there, right? You can see the judgment of yourself in the one of the many things that didn't take me anywhere. Well, they always take you somewhere. And everything that you've learned is on purpose, for a purpose. You have it all in your toolkit now, right? So you've learned all this stuff, and going to step outside of the box of, well, when I took that and learned that, this is what it was supposed to do. And when we have it all boxed in, we're like, no, you're putting it all in your toolbox. And now you're going, all right, I've got all these tools. How am I going to combine all these together into something creatively extraordinary that no one has done before? Because I'm going outside the box. And people are going to be like, whoa, look at that. Right. And so just know everything that you've done has been for you, and on purpose. So you can change the energy of belief around all the things that you've learned and done. You're going to combine them all together, in a project of some sort someday. And so just, don't limit what they can be used for, right? Um, Realize that you can repurpose something you've learned along with other stuff to create something brand new. So I like it for you. And that's what they have for you, Mia Mia. Boom. Yeah. Yeah. And you are, you can't get anywhere by yourself only. It's and you're not alone. You have spirit. We just as we sit still and open up and we realize, if you could see the multitude, the thousands upon thousands, the crowd that's around us in the spirit world, it just is like a sea of people that are around us. Our spirit guides and those that are most interactive with us are like the closest around the circle, but there's crowd of people, souls, beings of unconditional love and light that are guiding us and there for us, especially if we open up and ask them to give me ideas and show me. And I invite you to be along with me on my adventure. And I'm open to, they honor our own free will and our power of choice. So if we don't ask them, they just are, there behind us. And you'll see like repeating numbers and synchronicities and stuff. That's like them going behind us, just to go, oh, you are, oh, that's right, you guys are there. Just a reminder that we're here if you need us. So definitely, you can ask them for support. So I love that. All right, that's what they have for you, Mia Mia. Thank you again for your donation. I'm excited for your adventure. And Supernova. So we are to your third question here, and thank you for your additional donation. And you'd like some guidance for your passion. What are the steps that you can take to enhance your creativity and inspiration? All right, let's take a look here. Let's see. All right, that one. What else? What are the steps to enhance creativity? Whoa. Take out someone's eye with a card flying here. Okay. Let's see here. Aha. Yeah. Okay. I get it. 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 All right. Yeah, you definitely, it's all here. So we've got the number three here, three of cups, which is the number of creativity, which is amazing. And you have the princess of cup, the page of cups, and here's the chalice, the holy grail. Let's see, there we go, better picture. Um, so connecting to your inner love, your higher love, and this also represents the three of cups, is it's kind of a duality. The big piece of it is this represents your spiritual posse and your spiritual team, in the spirit world, because the creative mind of all existence is the creator. They're the ones that we are a part of. We're mini creators. We're an extension of the creator. That we create every second. Always, we're creating our lives. Our lives are this creative project that every second we are the ones that are drawing in and evolving and making our life unfold the way it is, right? But to the creative expression that you're looking for when you take time to create, to connect with spirit into your inner higher love, all those things that we've been talking about in your other two questions, closing your eyes, seeing things through the eyes of the creator, through mother, through father, through all of those. Um, unicorns and fairies and leprechauns. There's all these beings of unconditional love and light. Mike, I have my spirit guides. I have one of my spirit guides comes through as Zephyr, the wind, and they come through as a giant Chinese, dragon, and another one comes through because they are from Atlantis, and they were like a microbiologist. They come through as all these different sea creatures all the time, and phoenix and a shaman, and that comes through as a mountain. There's all this creativity of like we just expand. What is the creativity killer is fear. Fear is restrictive, it is limiting, makes us feel powerless, and we get out of our creative connection because all when we're in fear, all our body and mind want to do is not think, not create, but run, get the hell out of here, or fight and survive. So when we step out of fears and we're able to connect to the beautiful love and to our posse of support up above, that's what brings us this peace of mind that this Four of Swords talks about. It's getting out of our fears, connecting to the higher realms. And we do, when we're at peace of mind, we have this connection. The Judgment card is our higher self calling our human self. This is like the calling card. They're calling you to this higher place. And they're the ones, look at all that creativity, that beautiful flowing to us. So it's us connecting to spirit that brings all the creativity, that brings all of the this energy that comes in. So the more we can stay out of fear and the more we can connect to creator and our whole posse and entourage of support, the more creativity flows through us because we're present and we're not in fear. you know it's like that's where writer's block comes from, test anxiety, performance anxiety of all kinds, sexual or in front of people, like stage fright and everything else. It's fear that shuts everything down. But it's when we calm ourselves and connect to this beautiful brilliance of who we are, then that's what comes in. Because here's the passion, here's this drive, this inspiration that you're talking about here. And the Chariot card, realizing the flow, the victory. And the Chariot card is a lot of where we gain our power, over, because that's our power of choice, our free will energy. That every moment is a choice between fear or unconditional love. Neither is right, neither is wrong. It just brings us different results, right, when it comes in. And I love it because when we realize that no matter what happens in the outside world, that I am the one that's choosing the story about what it means. Everyone else can go, oh, when you get fired from a job, it means you're supposed to, it means you're a failure, that you're not good enough, blah blah blah. And you're like, really? No, I look at it, if you are, if the job breaks up with us or a human breaks up with us, whatever it is, freedom, it evidently wasn't for me anymore and it was holding me back. It was filling a space that needs to be filled with something else, or it was blocking me from where my soul wants to take me. So obstacles are being removed so that I can move forward. Like, whoa, what an interesting way to look at that. And it's like, yeah, I get to decide. I get to put the story to my life. I get to choose what emotion I feel in the moment. Oh, that should make you feel sad. Should, opinion. Everyone has an opinion and they're all different. And it's like, you know what? I'm going to choose joy in this moment. I'm going to choose to laugh at what just happened instead of, oh no, and it's like, I've had enough of that, and there's nothing wrong with feeling sad and all the lower vibrational emotions. We come here on purpose to feel all that, right? But I love that when I'm bored and I'm tired of it, I'm like, the first 50 years of my life, yeah, I'm not old. The first 50 years of my life, I chose, to be a crybaby, and maybe not 50 years, but a lot of stuff in my life. And even in my early 20s, I was going to kill myself, and it was meant to be. And I loved it that I got to that point in my life where I felt life was so against me that I felt like life was so horrible that I just wanted to escape from it. That was the true fight or flight. I didn't want to fight anymore. I just wanted to leave this life. But I think greater that they were like, "Wait, wait, 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 wait. Let's think about it a minute. Let's calm down." And they stepped in and obviously I'm still here. And I'm glad, but I'm glad that I experienced that too. And that we are able to choose to live instead of exist. We get to choose the story, the emotion, the uh energy that we're putting forward. What am I drawing to me? And what actions do I want to take? Everyone has their opinion. It's like sitting around at a giant dining table at a restaurant with menus, and everyone's telling you, hey, you should order this. Hey, you should order that. Hey, you should order this. And it's like, I have to eat it. I'm going to order what I want. So I love the empowerment that comes in with all of this. So that's what they have for you, Supernova. Yeah, I like it, I like it, I like it. So, you are very welcome. So that's what they have, it just suddenly blip, I guess we're done. So many blessings to you, and hang in there, I love the creativity, and I love what you're able to bring. It's just when we step out of fear, we're able to bring a lot of, beautiful, beautiful, creations into this world. So I'm excited for what you will bring because it's going to be perfect. Because it's going to be you, not imitation. So I like it. All right. I think that is it. Yes. You are very welcome. And thank you again for the multiple donations there. All right. So I think that is it. And we are live up here. So I'm going to jump up and we will start the free readings. And let me just check here. All right. All righty. So I'm going to switch decks here. And I'm going to go into these Dream Raven Tarot. They were a donation that I received from one of my Praying Mantis members, Julia. So thank you so much, Julia. All right, so I'm just, they're a little larger. So, okay, there we go. Struggling a little bit, but I got it. All right. So, Felicia Fang, you are up first. So thank you so much for your wonderful announcement to like the video. I am so grateful for all of you that do give the video a thumbs up. It's something that you can do for free, and it it seems like a small thing, but it actually makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy happy, excited that it wants to automatically share my videos that I put out as recommended videos to other people. So it helps spread the Zen love. So you get to be part of the Love Tsunami. So thank you guys so much for doing that. And thank you, Felicia, for bringing that up. I appreciate you. All right. And you want to know, will the IQV job, how will that go for you? And any information on this for you. All right. Let's see what we have here. Did we get this yesterday? It feels like you got a tower or something, but there is this. I don't feel like this is for you. Um, we've been talking about the battle between the heart and the mind here. And I feel like that job is more of the mind, that it's like, well, this won't bring you fulfillment and happiness. That it just feels like this is one of those jobs that um yeah, it looks good on paper, and yeah, it'll bring an income and blah blah blah, all the stuff that we're told a job is supposed to bring us. But your heart, your heart, they're showing me like an emoji of a heart going. So there's like this giant heart, just a giant red heart with big eyes and a mouth, and this big tongue comes out and goes. And so that's no. That they're like, I don't want that. The mind is like, "But this will be good," and the heart is like, "No, I don't want that. That is not gonna that doesn't make me feel good." They're like, I wanna do something that makes me happy." And so, I feel like there's this nudge at this point in your life, like, what are you waiting for to live and do something you love? Um, and so it keeps on coming back to do something you love. What do you love? What would make your heart sing? Try to get out of your mind and into your heart. If you're 120 years old looking back over your life, what would you have wished you would have tried and done? Because, what are we waiting for? Another pandemic to come and kill us? An asteroid to hit the planet? you know, some sort of destruction? It's like, yeah, what am I waiting for? That's when I went off to do this. This is my passion. This is what I love. Um, bringing messages of spirit to the world in a variety of different ways. And it was when COVID hit that, I had tried before leaving corporate life and everything, but it evidently wasn't the exact timing yet because I was off for about 9 months from corporate life. But then the money ran out and I went back into corporate life to learn more for 4 or 5 years until COVID hit. And then I was at that point again where I'm just like, ugh, if I have to take another chat around auto insurance policies and, you know, reviewing a policy with someone, I'm gonna poke my eyes out. And I knew, oh, this is the time to live, not the time to exist. And that's what I feel is coming in for you, Felicia. So I'm excited. It's your heart is telling you, you're gonna have what you need in your life, but try to focus in and see what is it? What is it that would make your heart sing? When's the last time, and this is for everyone, you know, when you're like, I don't know what. I mean, because we're so brainwashed in our life about what everyone else says we're supposed to do, sometimes it's hard for us to go, I don't know what my passion is in life. Like I had a time in my life where I always went to movies everyone else wanted to go to, went to the restaurants everyone else because I didn't want to choose wrong. So I always go, well, let's go where you guys want to go. To the point where when I wanted to find my identity, I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I liked, where I wanted to go in anything. And I'm like, wow. So it takes us to really adventure, to discover, to get it out of our head and into our heart and go, what is my passion? What do I want to do? And one of the things that I totally forgot, and they're like, this is where we were going with that. I'm like, oh, thank you. Is if you write down, get a piece of paper or whatever, and just write down the last 5 times where your heart felt full, your heart felt overflowing like it was singing. And what are those things? And that can help you find out what is it that I want to do. So that's what's coming in for you, Felicia. Hopefully that helps. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Kritika, you'll be my next free reading coming up, but I do have an additional donation. Thank you so much, Supernova. Gonna give you some little love there. Thank you for your consistent donations too. I'm so appreciative. Thank you. Anyway, any new current messages from Kurt's spirit? Yeah, I'm gonna grab from this deck over here because I knew I was gonna pull from it. Angels and Ancestors Oracle. So we'll see what message they have for you. All right. That must be it. Stubborn Kurt. Oh, wow. I love this. Mirror Guardian. Take time to reflect. I like this. I'm just going to zoom in so you can see this a little better there. There it goes. Beautiful, beautiful. I like that it's a guardian. So they are watching over your life. And so they're telling you to take some time to reflect on your strengths. What does what mean? But it says, take time to reflect on your strengths and challenges and how far you've come. It's like the original with the knights and the strength card coming in. This is crazy. I love it. It says, recognize your gifts. Oh, okay. They mean whatever you want them to mean, but it is the reflection. It's a giant mirror. So they're telling you here, um, and this is so crazy because this is basically your first question you asked about what do they think of you and all this. It says, angels accept you just the way you are. Even when you're going through a challenging time, they still hold you in the highest esteem. The mirror guardian, a female angel looking into the mirror of life, invites you to witness your spiritual strength and beauty, to see yourself as angels do. Shut up. My hair is standing up on my arms. I love it. That's what you asked. The mirror represents the fact that your core beliefs and ideas are, in fact, what is reflected back to you by your world. Your life is one big mirror of how you feel within, and the mirror guardian helps you recognize that. And when this card appears, you're being invited to take some time to see where you are right now. Again, looking at how far you've come. And the extended message says, you are a beautiful being who has surmounted so many challenges and expanded in so many ways. Your angels are now guiding you to take inventory of your life, to take the time to note all of your recent experiences, the challenges you have surmounted, the strengths you have developed, and the lessons you have learned. Your angels want you to reflect on your strengths, in particular, those aspects of yourself that you feel have not been acknowledged by others. Offer yourself approval where it's due, and know that when you give yourself credit, others will be able to as well. Wow. I love that. How perfect. How perfect, how perfect, how perfect. It's so much of that. Yeah, just take the time, definitely take the steps to do that. It's just it's so perfect. And I love how how we're able to get these messages that come through right here, right now. Boom, boom, boom. So that's, so Kurt's spirit is along with your spiritual posse. And so they're all like speaking together, saying, yeah, what we said before. And I love this, I just love the reinforcement of it because and that's why I love reading from oracle cards, as well, because with me saying it and me channeling it and channeling spirit is one thing, right? And it's believable and it resonates. But when you get a card that it's written by someone else months, years ago, and out of my 100 plus oracle decks, and the ones that are chosen here, and that I chose that one, and that card came out for that, it's like boom, I just love spirit. So that's what they have for you, Supernova. So be super and recognize how far you've come and that the high esteem that they have you in. They're not kidding. They really do mean it. So I love it. And again, thank you so much for your additional donation and allowing me I get to experience all of these readings. So thank you. I love it. All right. So I'll take a quick sip here and we'll continue on here. All right. So we are to Kritika. Hey, Kritika. Hello, hello. You're feeling a little sad. Okay. And any messages or guidance for you? Absolutely. Let's take a look here. Sending you a lot of love. And of course, I mentioned a little earlier that, when we're feeling sad and down, it's related to fear, right? And usually, if we're feeling sad, we're reflecting on the past. If we're have anxiety, it's when we're in the future. So a wonderful, coming back to, this moment really helps a lot, right? Um, but I love this energy here for you. You do have this new passion. This oh, I think we talked about this, right? Don't you have a new crush coming in? I think that was you, wasn't it? But you have this new passion. That's the sun is rising. There's this hope here. But in the meantime, we've got this Six of Pentacles, which I like this freedom that's coming with this. If I haven't mentioned it before, there's this series I have, my Take 10 with Zen. Episode 4 and 5 talk about our energy, and the Six of Pentacles represents this energy of like we have this belief system that was created when we were 7 years old and younger, where we felt we had to give so much to someone to receive so little back, and we didn't know as children. We're like, we take that on as, well, that must be the appropriate rate of love exchange. Then it seeps down into our subconscious where it is on autopilot and it's automatically running and it impacts our life going forward, right? And so our inner child will keep these force fields up, keeping love from coming in, keeping abundance, keeping a job, keeping stuff that it feels we don't deserve yet, till we've reached that 1,000 love coins before we can get 1 love coin back. But when we go in and look at those things, that the video talks about how we can go and reflect and see, who is that and what can I do to release that and bring it from 1 to 1,000 down to 1 to 1, where these force fields drop that are keeping things away from us and allow things to come in. That sadness feels like it's rooted in worth. I don't feel worthy. I don't feel like I'm allowed to have good things. When we get into that, it is our inner child banging, banging, banging on the pipes in the basement, because that's where our emotional inner child is formed, like 7 years old and younger, even in the womb. And from 7 to 14 is when our mental child body is created. But when it starts to form, it goes, "Oh, no, 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 little emotional inner child. You cannot express yourself. We're going to get rejected. You need to go into the basement." So it banishes it or says, "You get to go play in the basement," and it puts it down there, and it rules our subconscious down there. Um, and so it has all those beliefs and it's down there. When it wants to get our attention, it bangs on the pipes so we can hear it throughout the house going, "Do you guys hear that? Bang, 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 bang." It's trying to get our attention so we can go look at it and go, "What's going on?" It's like, "I have this charged emotion I want to get rid of. Can't you look at this? Can't we transform this? I'm tired of keeping those hatch marks of 1,000 love coins. Can't we just get rid of this?" And that's what's coming in here, and that's what allows this new crush, this new, because when we don't when we have these beliefs that I don't deserve that love yet until I do this much, then it doesn't allow it to come to us, right? And so it's an important time right now. It is your inner child going, "Yeah, take a look at this. Come hold me. Come be that perfect parent I always needed. This parent that will give me unconditional love, unconditional attention, unconditional acceptance, unconditional time." All those things that our child wanted, but no human child ever gets, because we're children, raising children, passing on only what we know. So we have to become that perfect parent for our inner child. So if you haven't checked out, or even if you haven't, maybe check it out again, the Take 10 with Zen. The link is in the description box of the video, or if you go to my main page by clicking on my name, the bruddaZEN Mystic Tarot, it'll take you over there, and it's that up there, and it's episodes 4 and 5 could help. So hang in there, my dear Kritika, and I'm sending you lots of love right now. So feel the feels. There's nothing wrong with feeling sad, but if you don't want to feel it anymore, they have tools that can help transform that. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. You're very welcome, Supernova. And then Grace 1111, you'll be up next, but I do have an additional donation. So thank you so much, Sukanya Shri Kumar, for your donation. And you want to know the feelings Namish has towards you. Does he have you on your mind? All right, let's take a look here. I'm going to give you a little donation, a little love there. All right. Okay, boom. Let's see what we got here. What are their feelings towards you? Okay, we got those. So I do want that one. And then what's hidden underneath? Okay. Let's take a look at here. All right. So the feelings that they have, I mean, we start off here. We've got this Ace of Wands, which so there is this attraction. It's energetic attraction. It's also like physical attraction. So they do have that for you. So whoa, which is all right, you know. They have the Ten of Swords too, which does have to do with a lot of expectations that they have on who someone is supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be in any kind of relationship. And they're kind of to this place of being tired of living up to all these expectations of stuff. And I just feel like however they, how they grew up and however they, you know, have this belief systems of just a lot of rules. It just feels like that how everything is supposed to be when you're dating, when you're engaged, when you're married. I mean, it just feels like there's like an endless scroll of rules. They were just tired of it. They just want to express their passion. That's one side. And then they've got here too, what they feel about you. Let me do it this way. This is how they came out. We've got the Empress, which is they see you as a very nurturing individual, and again, sensuality. So they like this feeling of being nurtured. You're, huge heart, very giving, is how they see you. The Four of Cups is though this energy. When we look at the Judgment card, is seeing things from a higher perspective, and they're going through this, and it does have to do with like this Ten of Swords, which is these three cups are the type of love that they've received in the past, but we get bored with this. And it is part of all of our journey where we realize that when we're looking for love in the outside world first, it always falls short. Then this Ace of Cups, which is our inner higher love, is what comes in, and that is what makes us feel full and whole and complete. Then that fills up and overflows, and then these cups are above and beyond extra, and they don't feel like they're falling short. So they are in the midst of this, realizing all of this love, all this stuff they were looking for in the outside world is falling short. And it doesn't have anything to do with you. All these expectations they've had all their life before they even met you, all these other experiences of trying to look for love in the outside without having self love, it falls short because, that we can't love anyone else more than to the extent we love ourselves, nor receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. So if I love myself that much, no matter how much love I want to give, it's just going to drip out. No matter how much love someone wants to give me, it's just going to drip in. So as I expand my self love, that also expands my ability to give and receive love in the outside world. And so they see this. This is all of what's going on behind the scenes, right? So they've got this attraction. They're drawn to you energetically and physically. They love the nurturing side that they feel from you, this very huge heart, which draws them to you because they want to feel this love, but they also can't receive a whole lot because of how they feel about themselves, right? They do recognize here with the Lover's card that there's a strong bond and connection between the two of you, and that they want something like this, but until they find their inner love, they're always going to think that whatever love that they're getting in the outside world falls short. right? It's always going to feel empty. And I did see what's unseen, what's going on, and we've got the 3 of cups. So again, the 3 cups here um represents that there's like multiple love interests, and that comes back to that it's not about you. That when we don't have a full love for ourselves, then we are looking for love in the outside world, right? Always falling short. And until we realize that it's about our self-love, we think, well, I need multiple loves in the outside world to feel full. But it doesn't matter. You can have a harem or a himum. Is that what a harem of men are? A himum, a harem and a himum, whatever. It's you would need all of that, and it would still feel empty inside because no matter how much love is trying to you're trying to gather, it's still just dripping in, and it's always going to fall short. So I feel like this is what is going on here. I mean, you're one of the people on his mind, because he sees the importance of it, and there's attraction and all of that, like we talked about. But this is about them and about their self love. It's not about you or anyone else's ability to give love, because they can't receive it anyway, because they have very, very small self love at this point in their life. So hopefully that sheds some light on why they act the way they do, what they're doing, anything that you're feeling inside going, what's going on with them? If you have your little spidey sense going off, going, is there other people that they're interested in? Yeah, it is. But it's not because you lack anything, it's that they lack it in the inside. So hopefully that brings some clarity for you there. And it's always a great mirror for us. Whenever I'm getting these messages, I always look at my self love and go, where's my self love today? Yeah, we can always expand it more and more and more, right? So, yeah. Well, that would mean that would make sense why he would avoid you because he there could be guilt involved too, right? When they're like feel like they need multiple people, then um if they all these rules that are in their head about how they're supposed to be, should be, need to be are judging him in his ear. And so he um there's this energy that's pulling away and you know um makes someone avoid um you know having to hear that judgment, having to feel that from themselves. Does that make sense? Where they're drawn to you, they have all this stuff, but if they feel guilty about it, then they're just like, well, I don't want to face them because I don't want to hurt someone. Because they do have a heart, they do care about people, but they also don't love themselves very much. And so they're always, I feel like they go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, right? It's like I want to show someone love, but I don't feel full and I need love from these people. And if not, then then I feel empty, but then I feel bad because I want to give them love, but you see all the confusion that's in their head here. So that's what's coming through. So that is what they have for you, Sukanya. Hopefully that helps. Yeah. You know, but whenever we're faced with those things, they always happen for us too, right? Because if we don't bump into people by accident, they're mirrors for us. And so when we come to across people that don't have a whole lot of self-love for themselves, then we can go, what area of my life? It doesn't mean like, oh, my entire life I have no self-love for me, but in what area of my life do I have the opportunity to improve my own self-love about me? Is it about my body? Is it about my mind? Is it about, whatever? It's like, can I have more self-love? So you're very welcome. Many blessings to you. Hang in there. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate you. All right. So we had left off with Grace 1111. You want to know who is coming towards you? Let's take a look here. All right. All right. Boom, boom. Card right away. Oh, cards. Ooh, so 2. So we have 2 people coming towards you because you've got the 2 of Pentacles, and then you have these 2 individuals. So you have a King of Swords, so someone who's very much in their minds, the King of Swords, they rule over air, the thoughts, the belief, the head, the mind. But all the kings are given a second portion of air, which means that they are the masters of thinking and communication. So, could be an air sign, very mental, not mental like crazy, but that's probably not politically correct word, but like not like psychologically crazy, but just like, oh my gosh, overly in their head. A big thinker, a great communicator, but someone who you're going to more be attracted to their mind, and not so much they're not going to be expressing a ton of emotion right off the bat. It's all about mental connections that they have first, before they have that. And then you have the Knight of Pentacles, and this would be an earth sign, but this would be a younger. So kings are generally older, not like a grandpa, but an older in comparison, like the older than you. And the knight is probably going to be a little younger than you, at least in how they, and it doesn't mean maybe, it could be how you perceive them, right? Because someone could be younger than you and still act like an old man or old woman. And someone could be older and they act like a child, or a younger person, right? All has to do with their energy. So this is like an older feeling person. This is a younger. And the knights, I think the knights are more fire. But so this is like a earth, more grounded type individual. So you have someone with this, I almost feel with this King of Swords that they're kind of more properly dressed and, kind of clean cut, more like they would wear khakis and a button down collar shirt type of individual. Whereas the Knight of Pentacles feels more like, sandals and shorts and comfy and, longer hair, whatever, type of individual. But it just feels like they're just more earthy and down to earth and a younger feel to them. So you have these 2 individuals that are coming towards you, and it almost feels like opposites to me, and I like it because, it's giving you an opportunity to look at, and I do feel like both of them have romantic interest. The Knight of Pentacles, even though that's the slowest moving knight, they're very grounded, and I feel they will be more forthcoming and more real feeling, like who they are, and they're comfortable, and just because they're very grounded on sharing, "Hey, I really like you." Like, they'll tell you very, very quick, whereas the other one is an analyst. They will take time to do that. And so you've got someone who's very different from the other, and those are what they want you to know about who is coming towards you. So, no right or no wrong. I don't feel um like they're your soul partners, like people that you would end up with the rest of your life. I feel like either way, it's like you're on this path and there's these stepping stones, and the stepping stones take you around like this obstacle in your life, and but it puts you back eventually on your path towards falling, eventually finding your soul partner who you end up with the rest of your life. But you can learn from either one of these. And I don't feel, if you check out my Take 10 with Zen, um, yeah, it is where I talk about fate. I think it's episodes like 4, 5, and 6 talk about fate and how sometimes we have fated relationships that we absolutely are gonna have them. It's part of our vacation trip that we plan on coming here. Then there's packages that we can add on that are like, "Oh, I wanna go scuba diving. Oh, I wanna go horseback riding," or whatever it might be. Those are extra that add and enhance our experience, but aren't required. And so both of these are, like, not required, they're just added bonuses if you want to experience them while you're waiting for that partner to come in, and it only enhances it's not something that ruins your vacation, it enhances your vacation. Um, so if that makes sense. All right. So that's what they have for you, Grace. So many blessings to you. We'll continue moving down the list here. And we are to smooth life. So any blessings coming to you? Let's take a look and see what does Spirit want you to know here. What about blessings? All right. All right. Well, you do have this balancing that's coming in. So you've got two things that are happening here. You've got the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, she rolls over the fire but has water. This is connection to spirit and enhancement. So one of the blessings that you have coming in here does have to do with your awareness and connection with the spirit world, whether it's an upgrade in your current gifts or it's something that you're learning about a new gift, something that um, it feels like an upgrade, but it feels like more than an upgrade. It's like, an add-on. Okay, I see what they're saying. So it's like, let's say you have an empathic gift, right? And so you feel people's emotions and you understand the gift of the empath and how you can impact people with your own emotions and influence in that. And then now you're expanding your gifts. And what adds on to that empathic gift is something that works with it, like you're discovering that you can paint or that you can have spirit come through your painting. And through your paintings, you are able to um, you know, gift it to someone and they cry when they see it because of the spiritual energy that you put into it. It heals, it's healing for them. It somehow with the colors and what you're painting, whatever, even if it's abstract kind of painting, they just feel the energy you put into it and this transformative love energy, and it changes things. So that's kind of what I feel like you have this enhancement coming where your gift is added into something else. Like one of your spiritual gifts is added into something else, and they're just like, it just blows people away in positive way. I like that. And the other blessing is you got a great balance coming in here. The Justice card is about balance. The Knight of Cups, not the Knight. What is the Knight of Cups? Thought it was the King of Cups. But there's this balancing of emotion that's coming in here, because I felt like it's a balancing of heart and mind. And there's this the Knight of Cups is this movement of emotion. So this movement of, I don't want to say that it's, you know, you're getting understanding around emotional things that have happened or that are happening and that will happen. And I like this. It's very much there's this, and it, I know, is this a blessing? It is a blessing because it's in understanding it, it it's what they're showing me, it's like a full moon. Like, I had a friend of mine who called me once, and they were like, "Oh my god, what's going on? I just feel so out of control, and my emotions are just flying everywhere, and I just don't know what's going on." And I'm like, "Look out your window." And they look at their window, they're like, "Oh, it's a full moon." I go, "Uh-huh." And they're like, "Okay, thanks. Have a good one." That's all they needed. They just needed to understand that the moon, because they knew that when the moon was full, their emotions were all over the place, and then when they realized what the reason was from it, it just allowed them to accept the emotions and going, "Okay, I don't feel out of control. I understand it. I get it. So I'm not putting so much emphasis on it." And that's why I feel the blessing is that's coming in for you. Smooth life. It's helping your life be even more smoother. Move smoothly, smoother. Is that a word? But that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Lynx Lee, you are up next. So is Leo engaged with another love interest? All right. Let's see what we got here. Yeah. Yeah, they are. And we got the 3 of Cups. When I get the 3 of Cups on a specific question about another person involved with someone else, it's the third party card, third party of emotions. I do feel like there's this balancing back and forth, and the 9 of Wands also with this is that there's this energetic block that's here. And I was talking a little bit earlier around, why do people, feel like they need more than one person? And it's because when they have low esteem about themselves, when their self-love is at a low level, they can't receive love from other people because, we can't receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves, nor give love to others more than to the extent we love ourselves. Because if our love pipeline is like this, no matter how much love we want to put out, it's just dripping out. No matter how much love people want to give us, it just drips in. So when we have a low self-love, well, I took a big deep breath, didn't like, I'm like, all right, here we go. When we have a low self-love and we're thinking that, well, this person's giving me this and it's dripping in. If I have another person, then it's going to drip in twice as fast. No, that's not how it works. Funnel only allows a certain amount through, no matter how much it's flooding in, how many sources. But it's the human kind of mentality that if if I if I'm getting that much love from them, if I have five people, I'll have five times as much love. No, you know, it's all about their self love, and so they do have this block. They are, this is happening for them, and so just realize, you know, this is a mirror for us. It doesn't happen by accident. It shows us our insecurities. It shows us our own fears of worthiness. And but it also reflects our self-love. And if it doesn't necessarily mean that every area of my life that I have low self-love, but when we look at this, energy coming from, the outside world, I'm like, where in my life might I have a low self love? Do I have an opportunity to expand my self love even more? In Leo, Leo energy at its lower vibration, because Leo energy, all of us, every sign, whatever planet, whatever zodiac sign, has a lower expression and a higher expression. Lower expression, Leo energy, I want to be seen. I need to be seen. I need to be wanted. I need to be desired. And when they're at a lower vibration of their expression, they're going to try to get that from the outside world. I got to be seen. I got to be popular. I got to be in front of people on stage, and I got to be the center of attention. That's that energy, the center of the universe, like the sun that rolls over Leo, right? But at the higher expression, once they find their self love, they're finding this attention from the higher realms and from within. They don't need it from the outside world. So, you'll see that whole expression in Leos in different ways, depending on where they're at in their life. But that's where they're at, Linksley. So that's what's coming in for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Angel Blessings, you are up next. And for anyone new coming in, if you want to check out how all the readings work, it's all listed in the description box of the video. I do go down in order, first come, first serve for the readings. And if you want to have your reading prioritized and go deeper into it, a donation of any kind is what does that. I'm only going to be on for about 30 more minutes. I'll try to get through as many free readings as I can. And depending on how many I have left, I might come back later in the afternoon after my praying mantis session with my members after I eat too, and maybe run an errand. But I will be back this evening as well at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, but I'll try to get through as many as I can. All right, Angel Blessings. You want to know how will your divine counterpart be? What would Spirit like you to know about them? Well, you do have the King of Swords, so air signy very much here, because the kings rule over their own suit of swords, like in this case, but all the kings are given a second portion of air. So not only do they co-rule over thought and belief and mindset and communication and the mind with the queen, they're the masters of communication. So it's someone who can really communicate, really share their mind and they're brilliant. They might even be in higher education or teacher. Definitely someone who communicates and is able, very smart. They might even be in like the scientific field or something that just really allows their mind to be expressed. But they also have a passion here too. So it's not like a you know how they show portray in movies, geeky scientific people who have no, emotion or passion. They're just all about, they have a passionate side and they can express their passion as well with that Eight of Wands. So I like that because they're able to communicate very well and they have a great understanding of who they are. So that is what they want you to know right now, little tidbits of who they are. So that's it for now. Angel blessings. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. So, soul searching vibe. You'd like a general reading. Let's take a look and see. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. So, you got two sets of cards. All right. Okay, well, this makes sense. So you've got the Ace of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is telling me that you've been very patient about something. This is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. And with the Ace of Swords, this also tells me that whatever road that you were headed down or what fruit you were wanting to see come from a situation, you're realizing the fruit you're getting isn't really what you want. It's like you planted an apple orchard and you realize, why did I get apples? You're like, um, I did it because everyone else wanted applesauce and apple pie and apple fritters and apple juice and blah, blah, blah. But you want guacamole. You want an avocado tree instead. So this Ace of Swords is new ideas, new transformation. So you're letting some old kind of desires and an old idea of what you feel your dream come true was going to be, because that's the star card here. And you have the Ace of Wands. There's this new passion, this new drive. That's what all these aces are, is um, some things coming to fruition and you're going, all right, well, you know what? I don't want to continue on that. I'm heading off in a different direction, a different passion, a different idea of what, the dream come true is. So I like this. I like this for you. It's like, don't be afraid to change where you're headed, whether it's job, relationship, um, location you live in, whatever it is, whatever this has been, where you're like, okay, well, been working on this and now here's the fruit, but you're like, maybe when I started, that's what I wanted, but now that I have it, I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to kind of alter course. And don't be afraid to, because you learned what you needed to learn through it. You're like, okay, I was an apple tree farmer for a while, but now I'm ready. I'm selling that and I'm headed off in a different direction. Excuse me. So that's what they have for you, soul searching vibe. Allow yourself the flexibility of changing direction. So that is what they have. So many blessings to you. All right. And so Aditi, you will be up next for the next free reading, but I have a couple of donations that came through. So, hey, it's moi. So you're going to post your question below. So for the sake of time, Tiffany, I do see your question up above, so I will jump to you. And then as soon as you put your question, it's moi. I will jump to you. So thank you, Tiffany, for your donation. Give it a little love there. And then well, great. You've been waiting to see me. Hey, well, I'm glad that we're able to connect here. And you're wondering if a general or a love coming your way. All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit has for you here. All right, so they wanted that one, and they wanted that one, and that one here. And then this is what is unseen. Okay. So what do we have going on here for you? Let's take a look at all these that are happening here. Well, I see here that we just I just put this card back in and it came flying back out here, which is this waiting, this patience that's been going on here in your life, both generally and for love. I just because I see the Page of Cups coming up next, which is about love, and it just feels like has life been feeling like slow as molasses? It's like, "Oh my god, you're not kidding." It's like, molasses in winter, right? It's molasses is slow enough, but winter just feels like it's not even moving, right? It's like watching the grass grow. Well, it's been happening on purpose for a purpose here, and you're about to see some changes that will come in, for you here because you've got the Page of Cups, which is new love, and it tells us that the reason why things are going slow and why things happen is, it allows us to raise our own love vibration because, with this card, if we have things come in as we are now, we're gonna be doing what we've always done and get what we've always gotten. But you've been raising your love vibration during the slow period so that they'll start to speed up and it'll draw in higher vibrational love to you. That's why things slow down because things usually come to us at a fairly fast pace. But if we um, if it's at regular speed, that lower vibrational relationships and interactions and events will come in, and we don't want that, right? We're like, I've had enough of that. I don't want to have what I always got. So, spirit with your soul is like, all right, let's slow it down. So, this stuff comes in very slow. It allows you to raise your love vibration where that stuff starts flying away and new stuff starts coming in. So, it is on purpose that it's been happening. And you have been working on raising your love vibration. And the more that you do that, the faster it speeds up and you'll be drawing in new love that is more in alignment with your new higher vibrational love that comes in. You have the King of Wands too, and so another reason for this coming in is the King of Wands is stepping into your power. It's like the Magician card, which you've been learning through this too, which is good when it's slow because again whatever we focus our energy on is what we draw to us, like attracts like. And when we're focusing on what we feel is missing or what we hate in our life or what we fear will leave our life or come into our life, we feed it and it grows, right? So the King of Wands is like, oh, you're learning that, and it's good that you're learning that, oh, when I focus on that something I hate, I see it start moving toward me. But then if I take the wand off of that and I point over here, this starts drifting away. And so during this time you really have been realizing the power that you have in creating your life. You are the painter with your magic wand. Whatever I'm pointing at, I'm drawing toward me. And you've been learning to, instead of focusing on what you fear and what you're missing, you've been on kind of this attitude of gratitude journey, I feel, where you're learning when I focus on what I'm grateful for, I get more of that. When I focus on joy and laughter and unconditional love, I get more things that come in that bring me that energy. And that's what's been happening during the Seven of Pentacles, slow as molasses time for that. And because of this, everything that you've been learning and are continuing to learn, I feel like it's still going to be like a month or two. Like, I feel like January will be a big blossoming time. Like, as spring starts headed towards us, we have that come in here too. And I feel that way because you have the Ace of Pentacles, new opportunities coming your way, which the Three of Wands, as you've been looking at your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way, the Three of Wands is about you changing direction, not direction being changed for you, but that because of everything you've been learning during the Seven of Pentacles, you're looking at life differently and you're looking at situations differently. And because of you're like, well, you know what? Again, I've been headed off in this direction, but now with all this new awareness, I'm going to go off on this direction. And this is where new opportunities open up for you, both in love, abundance, job, education. Just it's like a whole new world It's almost like they're showing me Disney World, which I've never been, but I've seen pictures. Disneyland, it's probably Disneyland on steroids, but you go to different lands, right? And so when you go into this land, it's the whole environment changes. They're serving different food, the rides are different, the buildings look different, the people are dressed differently. They change the whole world, that the little lands or the worlds that you go into, and it's like you have went to a whole new place. That's what I feel is happening here with you, is that it just takes you into this off ramp where maybe you do move to a completely different place too, but it is this energy that's changing. What was below the surface with all this is the 5 of Pentacles, and this is one of the big things that you've been working on with this Ace of Pentacles, with this way of looking at your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way, because this is the card of feeling abandoned, left out in the cold, feeling small, the unworthiness that we learned when we were younger, right? By how we were treated or not treated, what was said or not said. And this transformation that you've been going through has been helping you um, feel like you're able to have things that you didn't feel you were able or were worthy of before. Um, the card after the 5 of Pentacles is the 6 of Pentacles. See how the math works? Which you probably knew that already. But I have a Take 10 with Zen series, a free series. Episodes 4 and 5 talk about our energies, and it talks about the 6 of Pentacles, which does have to do with this transformation of our worth, and how what we learned when we were younger about our rate of exchange, between um, you know, whoever it was 7 years old and younger that we just so wanted to get love from, and we did so much to get so little. This out of balance rate of emotional exchange is running on autopilot underneath the surface. So if you want to check those out, the playlist is listed in the description box, or if you go to my main page, at the very top is the playlist of Take 10 with Zen, and it's episodes 4 and 5 that can give you some tools on transforming that, because that also brings down these force fields that does allow energy to come in, and love to come in and change things we didn't feel, like our little child self didn't feel worthy of receiving, unless we give so much, and it brings those down to allow so much stuff to come in. It allows these new opportunities, this new love and stuff too. So check that out, because I feel like that will help you out if that resonates for you. So that's what they have for you right now, Tiffany. So hopefully that resonates and helps you, and many blessings. Again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And then, so it's moi. You'll be up next. And then I did get a donation that also came in. So, Yvonne, you will be up after it's moi. You are very welcome, Tiffany. All right, it's moi. Thank you so much for your donation. Let me give your donation a little love there. All right. So, you were asking here, you're feeling irritated after a convo with your manager? Yeah, I know how those go. So you've been temporarily given a promotion, and it was forewarned it's only short term, and that you have to go through a formal process to make it permanent. Oh, how nice of them, right? You feel like she doesn't like that her boss gave you the promotion even though she agreed, and wants you to struggle and really earn it. Your question is, how do we see it playing out and what's really going on? Okay. So we'll take a look here. Let me re reshuffle these. In fact, I feel like I want to go to the Naked Heart Tarot here, and let's see what they have here. All right. RPM, are your, initials, YM by chance? If it is, I do see one that came through here for you. And Missy, free readings are probably not going to get okay, so you'll be up next, RPM, after It's Moi. And for anyone else that for free readings, you can still pop them down here. I'm only going to be on for about 10 or 15 more minutes. So I'm probably not going to get to any more free readings, but in this session, but I will print screen everything or screenshot. I won't print it. I'll screenshot. And I'll probably come back after my praying mantis session after I eat and run an errand. So it'll be later this afternoon. I'll probably come back and finish out the free readings I didn't get to, but it'll be later. And I will be back this evening too at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, which is just a little over 5 hours from now. All right. So it's Moa. Let's take a look here and see what is going on here. All right. Wow. All right. Boom, boom, boom. So let's see what we have here. Too funny. So I like this. So I feel like your boss here, such a mother, not in a I don't mean that in like a cussing way. That mother, she's very motherly. We'll put it that way. That almost went the wrong way. But she's very the Empress energy is, very parental, you know, in that um, so much control, right? They want to make sure that you learn what you need to learn and that you just don't have, the stuff. And I just feel this energy. It's like, well, but I don't want you just to be handed stuff. I need you to make sure that you earn it because this is what they were taught. They had such a high bar growing up that I almost feel like they came from like a military household or a parent was or their parent like a parent was a very militant, like you got to learn your lessons, like their dad would throw them in the deep end of the pool to teach them to swim and this kind of thing. And it's like, okay, well, we understand, but it's all out of love, right? It's all out of love and care. If they didn't care, they'd be like, but so just know at the core of it is love and care, that it's not about jealousy or about you know, any negative intentions. It's all out of love and concern that, if you get this easy, then you're going to expect it and feel disappointed. And I don't want you. No, I don't feel like it's malicious at all. I feel like it's fear based, which can come across as, because they're like, well, I don't want you to, it's about control. She tries to control people and situations because she's been taught all her life she's responsible for everyone else's happiness. And so there's this fear of, well, if you don't do, if you get into the habit of thinking everything's just handed to you, which is, it's her mother, her father talking to her. So this is all an inner reflection that she's seen in the situation. So her actions have to do with her and her upbringing, not you. And so you're like, okay, so this is all about her fear of they don't want you to be disappointed in the future if you get promoted and then you go for the next promotion really soon and then you don't get it. They're like, that's going to be on me and I don't want to be blamed, right? So they're wanting to make sure, that that you have to work for it, that things are not just given to you because this is their energy of them growing up. So this is that all about them. So I like that. It's like, okay, it's out of care and love. They're being a mother. I like your spirit guides. They're just being a mother in a variety of ways. Too funny. All right. And then how it's playing out. I like this. You've got the Three of Pentacles, and Spirit is telling you be true to your authentic self, right? There's this journey and you're gonna be here and it's great. It's about understanding everyone has their own opinions and everyone's grown up with praise and punishment, and not to be afraid of what other people will, say or think, it's be true to you. You've earned this by being who you are, and you don't need to change. Just continue going forward. In one way, we are all worker ants when it comes to jobs, right? So enjoy the journey. I love that you got two threes. The Empress is number three, and the Three of Pentacles, which is also about you nurturing yourself and allowing your creativity to come forward. On one side, there is, of course, learning on how they want things, but also, give it time, kind of go into the marching orders, learn how they want things to happen. And I know it's like your spirit guides are going, I know how you have a lot of great ideas and how things can be done better. Um, but learn their ways first before you try to change everything. I like it. Learn and just accept, as you're being trained and being given certain things. Just take good notes and write your ideas down for change for the future. They're showing me when I was leaving corporate life and I was training someone to replace me. Um, uh, they had all these ideas. I had a week to train them before I was leaving, and yeah, I got more cards here, so I'll get to your other questions here. It's more, um, but they were telling me how things should be changed and how things should. Why do you guys do it that way? You should do it this way, this way, this way. I go, those are great ideas. Write those down, but I need to train you on how things are right now, and before I leave. So I'm not going to be able to get through everything if you keep spending a lot of time telling me how things should be run. It was fun. They're like, "Oh, sorry." I'm like, "That's right. Write it all down. You can tell my boss who's gonna be your boss, at that time." So I like that. So stay true to your authentic self, right? Um, and let's take a look here. Yeah. All right. So I do see here, ultimately, just to jump to the question about it playing out, it's gonna play out one of 2 ways. Either way, you're gonna be fine here. You have the strength and the courage here. I I I almost feel like that there's this other option that comes up, like you're learning a lot, in this position, and it's temporary, but I feel like you are the one that changes direction, um, towards the end of it, like, when they're like, "Alright, well," um, it's almost like there's a different avenue that you end up taking. Like, an example would be that they're giving me is toward the end of it, either you see something like, wow, I can actually go do this, instead, now that I have all this experience and this position wasn't open, months ago, but now it's opening up and I really would prefer that. So this one's coming to an end and I'm applying for that, and you get that. Or it's getting to the end and they're like, "Oh, hey, so, you can continue on this job and continue going forward, but we also have this other thing opening up, so you have a choice between 2." So I feel like, this is where it heads and where it goes down here, because, I really feel here with the Eight of Cups that when it gets to that point, you're leaving behind emotions and things that don't serve you, and you're headed off to the Nine of Cups, which is something that is more in tune with your wishes come true. I'd really feel like during this journey, you face fears, you understand things more clearly about what you're wanting. Because the Five of Cups too is looking at the lower vibrational emotions and fears that you had in the past. That this is really a lot of stuff that gets sorted out during this period, which allows you that movement forward, allows you to leave behind people, positions, emotions, whatever doesn't serve you, to move forward. So I feel like you get a lot of like a confidence boost. You learn a lot, and any of the fears that you had about failing and fear really, uh, you realize so much during this period of this new position that you're faced with stuff and you're realizing, what was I freaking out about? Why was I scared? Why did I think I wouldn't be able to, do this piece or do that piece or whatever? You're like, I ace this, and you know what? I can do anything. It's like this period is a very big boost for you here. So I really like that. So that is what is coming through for you. It's moi. I like it. I like it for you. Very positive, but hopefully you can understand, um, part of what, when that irritation comes up is fear, right? So the irritation towards your manager is a fear that what they don't think I deserve this, or they don't think I've worked for this. They don't think da 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 da. Just realize that when those come up here, um, that it's not um, about them. This is feelings that are coming up inside of you, which is part of already this Three of Swords energy, this fear, with those things. So that's what's coming through. You are very welcome. I love it for you. How exciting. So just remember your boss is a mother. All right. All right. And then, so my last reading here is going to be from RPM de jour. And let me see here. I don't see your question. Let's see here. Oh, tell you something about life, about your life, not just life. All right. Absolutely. And thank you so much for your donation, RPM. And let's take a look here and see, what does Spirit want you to know about your life? What do they want you to know right now? All right. Okay. What else? All right. So, underneath, we've got the 10 of cups. And so the 10 of cups here is like emotional fulfillment, full and overflowing. So I love all this rainbow, like it's moi, all those beautiful, your rainbow of hearts. There's this beautiful love, this feeling of emotional fulfillment that's on the horizon, that's headed your way. And let's look at the journey that you're taking to get there. Oh, well, okay. All right, all right, all right. All right. And what is this all about here? Oh, okay. I like it. So you've got like a few sets of cards here. And here is the Nine of Cups, which is dreams come true. The Innocence of Swords, Page of Swords, which is a new way of looking at things, in the High Priestess. So these three cards coming out all together represent this time of stepping away from things. The High Priestess, she goes into her High Priestess temple, connects to the upper world, looks behind the scenes, dives deep into the emotions, which allows here the Innocence of Swords, the Page of Swords. The Ace of Swords connects to the capital T truths of the higher world, which allow you to see things from a different perspective. And it is a double edged sword. It allows you to cut away thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are rooted in the small t truths, that are rooted in fear. We're given a lot of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts. And the combination of all these with this dreams come true card, it tells you here that whatever dream that we have might not be our dream. It might be a dream that was given to us by people growing up, right? This is who you're supposed to be. This is what you're supposed to do with your life. Opinion, opinion, opinion. But this time away of connecting with spirit, seeing things from a higher perspective, allows you to disconnect your worth from what everyone else has been wanting you to do. The example that they've been given here, um, is like sitting around a giant table of 20 people at a restaurant, and everyone has a menu. Everyone's telling you what you should order to eat. And I like the clarity that comes in, because it's like, well, I've got to eat it. I'm not sharing with anybody. you know I'm going to eat this. If it's an appetizer for the table, yeah, whatever you guys want to get. But what I'm going to eat for my main course, I get to choose. this is for me, right? And I like this because I feel like you are really in this period of time here with the hanged man, which is your are like a cocoon letting go and of what no longer serves you, and you're sorting out what is of opinion in other people, and it's a transformation. A caterpillar becomes caterpillar juice. It lets go of what no longer is of it so that it can experience and become a butterfly. And it doesn't take the cocoon with it. You never see a butterfly carrying a cocoon along with them, carrying its baggage, carrying the old thing that it was. It leaves a lot of itself behind so that it can fly and be light and go places that it's never gone before. And that's what I feel you're going here. The high priestess is the stepping away, the hanged man is this transformative energy, which brings us into this naked heart. This is a card that is unique just to this deck, and this is about searching and searching your heart and expressing your heart, flying out of our darkness and into our light. And here's even the Luna moth, which is this transformative energy of allowing yourself to discover from your high heart, who do you want to be? What do you want? And there's this freedom that can come in here because you do have, what's going on inside the cocoon. You've got the 5 of Swords, which is your brain battling with your heart. The fears that we've learned from everyone else through praise and punishment, the supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts, that this long list that we're supposed to, do. And our heart, our high heart saying this is what you're wanting to head off onto and what you truly want to do. So this battling, this 5 is this transformation of that conflict as you become more connected with your heart. We're going to jump to this movement of pentacles, which is this the knight in search of your worth in relationship to the outside world. It is this inner quest, which we have the 6 of Pentacles in combination with this. I have a free series called Take 10 with Zen, which is there's this uh, episodes 4 and 5. They talk about the 6 of Pentacles in there, which is seeing your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way, right? And so there is this change of, we start off learning when we're young that we have to give so much to an individual to receive so little back. Like, I have to give 1,000 love coins to get 1 love coin back. And that those videos talk about how you can readjust that, and that's part of what you're going through, is realizing where your worth, how it's out of balance of your worthiness to receive both love, abundance, promotions, whatever it is. You might even feel like there's these force fields that are keeping things away from you, and it's your inner child who learned when it was young, of being, that I don't deserve these things until I've given, well, all this stuff, right? So if you want to check those out, the playlist is linked in the description box of the video. Take 10 with Zen, or if you go to my main page, the playlist's at the top too, and you can check those out. Because what's going through here, you have this. Yeah, beautiful, because that's the devil card energy. Saturn in Capricorn, the shaking, the rattling of the cage that allows us to see all of these beliefs, these fears. And it's, if you've ever, if you know about like Saturn return energy, it's a time in our life where things are brought to our face for us to question them, to let them go, right? And so you definitely have this energy that you're being released from to allow your, this naked heart to get out of the cage that it was placed in. And so there is this freedom that's coming. That's why I feel like on the bottom of the deck, there is this great amount of self-love that's filling up and overflowing out to the world there, right? And of course, of course, we're going to have the butterfly. We've been talking about it. Here's the judgment card, your higher self calling you to this higher place. Beautiful transformation, a lot of endings and beginnings coming in here. And here's the King of Pentacles, the solid foundation of your worth in the outside world. But the Two of Cups really comes in here. This is both your relationship to your higher self, to spirit. It can also be, of course, that with all this love and this change that's happening, that it's comes into this um, important to relationships, romantic, friends, like a best friend type of relationship. But it's this transformation that happens because, you know, as long as that Six of Pentacles out of balanceness is there, it keeps everything away. So it's important to bring that from 1,000 to one down to 1 to 1, because that allows you to have this connection, love connection with your higher self, with other people, and that's what fills you up because you're finding this love from the inside, which fills you up and overflows out to the world. So I love this for you in your life. I mean, it definitely is a time of new passion, new drive, and I mean, you've got all this positive energy that's coming in with new opportunities that you wouldn't have had before. So um, yeah, yeah, it's allowing you this to go places that you haven't gone before. It's, the caterpillar can only go so fast, but a butterfly can flutter and go into places that that never before. So you get to follow your heart. But the important thing is definitely to look at the Take 10 with Zen, those episodes 4 and 5, because it talks about the energy you're consciously putting out, and also this belief that's below the surface that's running there as well. So that is what is coming through for you, RPM. For everyone else, I'm just going to take some screenshots here real quick. We did leave off with a DT for the free reading. So I will be back in a while to do those. So I'm just taking some screenshots right now and just do this here. So I'll have them all captured. So I'll pop back on. And if you, of course, you're subscribed, just make sure to make sure your notification settings are set to all. Then you'll be notified when I come back on. That session won't have a chat. It's just me coming back on. And then I will be back this evening as well. Just scroll down a little further here. At 6 p.m. as well as, let's see, today's Saturday, right? So tonight and then also tomorrow morning, because I'm on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and then also at Friday and Saturday nights at 6 p.m. And if you're interested, I am going to my praying mantis session here in a moment, actually. A minute late, but I'm just taking pictures here. They're very understanding. But you can become a member, a praying mantis member, um, as well. And let me see, I think I grabbed those. I'll just grab these again here. Here we go. And I have a ton of other videos available um, on the main page. And because I have these Moon Day Mondays, which talks about the moon energy for the week. These are the last two Take 10 with Zen that I put out. If you're interested in finding out more about your own spiritual gifts, those are links for those. And then also I put out a pick a card each week, which this is all about Scorpio. So if you are a Scorpio baby, check out that one. There's a 3-month forecast in there for you. And I do have a monthly drawings too. So if you haven't gotten into those, this video talks about the September winners and then also how you can get into the drawings for October. And I do have 50% off my services, most of them, till the end of the year. So all of those information is in the description box of the video. So if you want to check those out, it's all down there. So that is it for now. I'm going to head off to my praying mantis session. I will be back later to finish up the free readings and then back this evening at 6 p.m. as well. So until then, please know every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, much love to you. You hang in there. You guys take care. We'll see you soon.